All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Mallory Stoffel, and I'm the coordinator of the career coaching program. And you are now watching a video as part of your sign-up process. This is a necessary orientation. I want to make sure that you're feeling prepared to be a mentee, and that you know there's some resources available to you so that you're as prepared as possible for your first meeting. Now, I will go through this as quickly as possible to make sure it's efficient. I'm going to walk you through Career Connections platform where you'll be introduced to your mentor, and then also overview our mentee handbook for you all so you are ready to go when I introduce you to your mentor on Career Connections. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And you all have at this point obviously signed up for Career Connections. Hopefully you've built out a basic profile just with a profile picture, your name and your header at minimum. You can always fill in your experience section, but it's not necessary for this program. So I want to just walk you through what will happen when I pair you with your mentor. So you all once you fill out this form and you submit this, then I will go ahead and start pairing. So I'm going to read a little bit and make sure we have enough students in the system. Pairing is like a big puzzle. So I will probably be pairing over the first 2 weeks of fall quarter. Now, when you are introduced to your mentor, you will get a message up in your message hub right here. Now, when you go into your preferences, you can enable receiving a text message notification when you receive a new message. I highly recommend doing that because you are able then to know when I reach out to you. You should receive an email as well, but I know some students are really good about their emails and others aren't. So I highly recommend adjust your notification preferences so that you can get notified when you are matched with a mentor as soon as possible. So when you're matched, you'll receive a message here up in your message hub, your envelope. This is really your mentor center. If you've reached out to other alumni through Career Connections, you'll have other messages in here, but where it says ongoing is where you are paired with your mentor. So that is your formal pairing, and that's noted by that ongoing tab. So you'll receive a message introducing the two of you, linking to your profiles. Now you will be responsible as the mentee to be the first to reach out. So you need to reach out within the first 48 hours. We will drop you from the program if you don't reach out in a timely manner and give the opportunity to a student that is really ready to engage and be proactive. So please keep that in mind. It's very, very important that you monitor this and that you are aware when you are matched so that we can move forward and introduce you to your mentee or to your mentor, excuse me. So what you can do is after you receive this message from me, you can reach out to your mentor. Now I created a mentee handbook, which I'll show you briefly, and that gives a sample message that you can use to reach out. I just wanted to help give you an idea of the types of things that you could say, but obviously make it your own. So here is where you will start your communication. Most mentors typically prefer to take your communication out of Career Connections and just communicate via text, phone, or email. So make sure to ask them how they prefer for you to reach out and know that that's totally okay. You don't have to use this message center as your main place that you communicate from here on out. So there's a lot of things happening in here. You can set up goals, you can schedule meetings, just check in with your mentor and schedule your first talk, and then you could decide how you want to, share information, set goals, etc. So that is your mentoring hub, and that's how you will be introduced. Now I'm going to show you your mentor handbook, or your mentee handbook, excuse me. So this has a lot of really great information. I highly recommend that you read through this, and you will find this under your resources tab in the career coaching program. I'll also attach it to your email, so you might have seen it already, but I want to point out a few important things. So here I go through expectations. I've covered some of these already. So you're expected to reach out to your mentor once you're introduced. You're expected to meet once per month for 30 minutes to an hour. And you're expected to maintain regular communication with your mentor. And really, it's expected that you respond to all communication within 48 hours. Like I mentioned, if you're non-responsive, if you aren't being proactive with your mentor, we will drop you from the program and just pair that mentor with a student that's really engaged and ready to commit to the expectations. I walked through some benefits of having a mentor, and I highly recommend that you read through these because this might help you um, get some ideas of what to work on with your mentor and really outlines the benefits of why mentorship is so, so important. I realize this is an old version. I fixed some of these old typos. So I want to talk you through your first meeting most importantly, because this really sets the foundation for how you move forward. So before your first meeting, make sure you work through each of these steps. So obviously you need to reach out, reflect on what you want to gain from the program. Why did you sign up? What are you hoping to learn? And write that down and share that with your mentor in your first meeting. Do your research. So make sure you're familiar with your mentor's experience, look at their LinkedIn profile, possibly connect with them, and then prepare some questions. So, the first meeting can be a little awkward if you're just getting to know each other. They'll probably ask you a lot of questions, and it's nice for you to feel prepared to ask some questions about their experience as well. For your first meeting, make sure you have a distraction-free space, that you're on time. Ask your mentor how they want to be contacted and how they prefer to schedule meetings. And then most importantly, thank your mentor for their time. They're volunteering. They all have really busy schedules, but they just want to give back, and they want to see you all grow and maybe the things that they didn't know when they were in college. So they have a lot of really great wisdom and insight. So please make sure to just thank them for their time. And after your first meeting, send them a thank you email or a message highlighting what you took away from the first meeting. Maybe they said something particularly insightful, or you set goals and you're really excited to work towards them. Outline some of those things. And lastly, after your first meeting, send them a thank you email, and sorry, I feel like I repeat myself, and schedule your next meeting. So please make sure that you are putting something else on the books, so that way you are continuing your momentum. If you just leave it open-ended, it's really hard to get that scheduled again. I really outlined some things of your role as a mentee. I think the biggest thing to take away is that you should be more invested in this than your mentor. Your mentor should not be doing the hard work of reaching out to you, trying to schedule a meeting. That's on you, and it's really up to this is for your professional development, so you need to be invested in this program. One big one, proactively communicate with your mentor. Sometimes students tend to go a little off grid when they are really busy with finals week or during holidays. So just let your mentor know, like if you're not going to be really around for the entire second half of November and December, check in with them, maybe schedule something for January, and just let them know what you have going on so that they know where you're at. Mentors really love feedback. So if there's something particular that you found really helpful, or if you were able to land an interview based on some of their advice, or if you think that you would benefit more by talking about something a different way, then let them know. They really want to be as best a mentor as they possibly can be. If you aren't sure what to work on with your mentor, I outlined a ton of topics within each of these larger areas. There's subtopics that you can talk about. Each of these can easily be a meeting in and of itself, and there you have like an entire year of mentorship that you've covered. So definitely look through some of these things, especially before your first meeting, so you can be aware of what your goals are and maybe some topics that you'd like to discuss. And lastly, here are your example messages. So here's an example message to schedule your first meeting. Here's some sample questions that you can ask in your first meeting. And then here's an example thank you note for after you follow up, when you say thank you after your first meeting. And that's it. So last quick note is that your mentor might work through a contract with you where you just set expectations, you identify your goals, you talk about when you want to meet, those types of things. So just be prepared for that. And then if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I will be sending out quarterly surveys, checking in to see how it's going. It's very important that you respond to those, so that I know that you're still participating in the program. If you have any questions, I'm available to help. If you aren't sure how to maximize your relationship with your mentor, we are here for that. So you have my contact information via email, and I would love to chat with you or answer any of your questions via email. All right, thank you so much. I will let you finish the rest of your registration process.